all of us have our individual truths, which is beautiful. And my truth is, honestly, I don't know where my future is, but I've always known that I'm destined for so much more. As a kid, I've always felt my energy, the derealization of being in a body and being able to control the arms, the legs, and being blessed to be able to do that. But I've always known that I've had more to say than a lot of people in this world. And that's just how I feel. I'm not saying that everyone doesn't have a purpose, but I feel like so many people don't know that they have a purpose. And I've always known that, even if I don't know what it is. And that's hard for people to believe because we're in this society, in this world, no matter where you are, where you're thinking that you have to follow this certain path to be the best version of yourself or to get all the things you need. And for me, I feel like so many short ends of the stick, with family and just my high school experience, middle school experience. Like, I've always felt like the black sheep everywhere that I go. And that can be frustrating. That can be very like, where do I belong? But then I understand that you create what you want in this life. That's how we have so many things, so many ideas, so many just amazing new inventions in this world, is because people created them because they were lacking them. So instead of feeling bad for my family and that we, aren't as together as I would want us to be, I want to create that. I want to create that space. And I know there's a lot of people that don't feel heard or feel misunderstood or feel like they're the only person going through this really painful experience in the world. And it's just not true. Like, yes, you may be going through a very unique experience, but there are other people that have been in those type of situations. And if we talk about what we go through, the more we can learn from each other and build with each other. And I want to create that safe space. I want to create that safe space for everybody, which is hard because honestly, that means that I have to truly find my safe space. I can't look at it from getting validation from other people, which I feel like I would do a lot, or just, sorry, I'm a little out of breath. This weighted vest ain't no joke. This shit 30 fucking pounds, bitch. Anyway, looking for validation in other people, or just wanting another person to give me sense of purpose. And that's just not what's gonna happen. Like, no one's going to save you, no one's going to save me. We have to create what we want. And the way I do that is showing up for myself consistently. Yes, there may be days where, I fall into a bad habit, or I just do something that I know is not benefiting me at all. When you eat fast food or you watch Love Island, just little things that you indulge in. But we also have to understand that we're human, okay? We're all learning. We're all allowed to enjoy the experience that we're in. Yes, we need to take care of ourselves spiritually, physically, and mentally, but also enjoy being a fucking human. And I feel like I beat myself up a lot about that. I actually want to take y'all to a nice view. I feel like I put too much pressure on myself. Like, you have to work on yourself physically every day, mentally every day, make sure you're not messing up, and follow these steps and hit these goals. But honestly, if I allow myself to enjoy the process and know what I've always known, that I am going to be where I want to be. I am going to be I'm going to be in a room full of love and abundance and peace, and be able to create that safe space for my family, create that safe space for my friends. But knowing that, I have to enjoy learning how I can create a safe space for people. What brings people entertainment, what brings people to think about things differently, and honestly just feel okay relating to me, feeling safe to relate to me. Am I being honest enough? And a lot of things I've learned from even doing YouTube. You know, not a lot of people watch me, like crazy amount of people, but I choose to, how I show myself on camera, I do that stuff outside of camera too. But some days I mess up, so I want to like show those days on, you know, days where I just bed rot and I'm just tired. You know, I try to come off as authentically as I can. And yeah, I don't know. But then for my family, you know, I just want to always create that safe space for them. Like, I've always felt like the black sheep. Now I've always felt like, who can I really talk to? But that doesn't mean you can't talk to me. And just because I feel like people may have not forgiven what I've done, that doesn't mean I'm not going to be here to forgive you. Because I've learned that forgiveness has brought me peace. And that's something that was hard to learn and something I wasn't taught. But I know what I've been creating for myself. And I know that's what I have to do to create that safe space. To have people, you know, approach me if they'd like to approach me. And I feel like that's just what we lack as all, is we don't forgive enough. We have so much, you know, pain that we want to hold on to and blame for other people, but it's really all within, you know. People, we all do things unconsciously sometimes. It's never, sometimes it's to hurt people. Sometimes you got those people. But sometimes, you know, we all have just different perspectives. And I've learned that with even being in, you know, a relationship with the love of my life, bro. Like, man's was everything to me. But no matter what, like, you know, love just doesn't last forever. And that's okay because I've experienced it. And I'm okay with that. And I forgive the situation. Like, I've learned there's different perspectives. And sometimes we're all not going to agree. But as long as we can know that and know, like, hey, I don't agree with this, you don't agree with that. Oh, that kind of messes up our relationship. It doesn't make us as aligned as we were. So you let that person go. You understand you had a beautiful experience. And I feel like that's just a lot of things in life. Like, even with family, even with friends, or just things you create. Like, the process or the experience is going to be beautiful, but how it ends, you know, everything kind of comes to an end. That's just like death. Like, we're all here living this beautiful life, but someday it is going to end. So instead of being mad at where we are, mad at our struggles, we can create love from it. We can create a better space from it. We can try to leave our mark with something that could, you know, make it better for our future children, our future generations. And I just wanted to do this little talk because I feel like I don't talk a lot about my perspective on life. And, you know, a lot of times when I even do these videos, it helps me because I can talk and feel just a little bit heard, or feel like people are understanding what I'm saying and relating to me, which is beautiful, because now I'm knowing, okay, I don't have to look for validation in people. I don't have to try to be world known or anything. All I need to do is show my progress, show what I'm doing, show my high moments and low moments. I mean, I've done that on my YouTube videos where, you know, some days when I'm off work and I'm just, you know, it's a bad day. YouTube has taught me to talk about those things and not make it a bad day. You know, make it a bad moment and move on from it and be able to allow yourself to rest and do what you need to do and show up for yourself still consistently, even if you've had a bad day and you took a step back. Just because you took a step back doesn't mean you took like a whole year back, bro. Like, every day is a learning experience. And I feel like I really needed that because, especially when I'm working so hard on staying consistent with my goals and doing what I need to do, but not having anyone to kind of push that except for me, that just pushes me more into, okay, what plan can I create so I can fulfill my goals and do it step by step. And knowing that I'm still young, I'm still here, I'm still learning. And hopefully it's not too loud for y'all. But let's just embrace this journey, you know, and be proud of how far we've come. Even if you're watching this video and you stayed this long, you've probably related to something I've said, especially about feeling misunderstood, or just like you're an overachiever, and sometimes you're just really hard on yourself because you're really the only person there for yourself. But understand you're also the only person that can save yourself. So talk to spirit, talk to God, talk to the universe. Think about your past, think about how far you've come, and understand that things aren't going to last forever. It's the good moments or the bad moments. So think about what you want to stay, what makes your soul feel good. So when you do have those negative experiences, your heart knows what to do, your intuition knows what to do, because you know everything happens for a reason. And you know no matter where you are supposed to be where you are. And if you see that right there, you probably can't, but it says you are loved. And I think that is just so perfect. I actually, I don't know if I can say this, but hypothetically, one time in a dream, I graffitied here, and it's all covered up with other shit, but that's my message. You know, talk about life, talk about your experience, talk about how you feel. Do you feel misunderstood? Do you feel like you have a purpose, you just don't know what it is? And if anything, just make a promise to yourself that you are going to get better every single day. Even if you mess up, you're going to learn from your mistakes. You're going to learn how you feel. You're going to start talking to yourself. Talk to yourself, bro. What the heck? And whatever you do, don't dim your light for nobody. Don't try to seem stupid or act like you don't know what's going on in the world, because you do. And don't let anybody tell you you're not. And one last little thing. Don't take advice from people you're not inspired by. If that person is living a life that you don't want to live, say they 40 years old, got 2 jobs, all these kids, and they trying to give you advice that you got to stay working, you got to grind for, or whatever. That person isn't living their dream. Don't listen to them. It's good to take advice from people, of course, but don't sit there and listen to people that aren't following their dreams and still stuck in their sufferings, because you are so much better than that. If anything, you need to show them. You need to be the example and show them that, no, you don't have to live like that. You can have everything you want and desire. As long as you think it in here and feel it in here, bitches will happen out here. I promise you. This ain't no joke. But today I'm gonna go to the stew later. I'm so excited. And live stream on Twitch. I haven't been doing that for 2 days, so I'm gonna do that. And I always keep up on my love bugs. You know, I want to hear what's going on with y'all. The good times, the bad times. And just know, if you don't feel like anyone is here, shit, I'm here. Because y'all always here for me, so what would that look like if I'm not here for y'all? Okay, I love you guys so much. Buy love bugs. Create your space. Surround yourself by love. And keep going. Keep going. This grind don't stop. This grind don't stop.